If you're wondering whether to get a new TPMS, tire pressure monitoring system, let me tell you first that you might not need to get one, but it really depends on your situation. Now, dealers or other repair shops will of course want you to get a new one of these TPMS, which could be reasonable depending on really where you go, or like if you are replacing all your tires, then they may charge a reasonable price for this. However, the big problem is they want to charge you for programming, which could also be outrageous, not to mention the fact you have to use their overmarked up price of their TPMS, which is how they really stick it to you, and how the costs really do add up whether you're just replacing one or all of your TPMSs. As a result, I want you to think differently and decide for yourself if you need to replace all or just one piece. Again, it really depends on your situation. The TPMS each have a small battery inside, which may be hard to open up, or it's just not worth opening up, as if you get one from the auto parts store, it's not that expensive if you do it yourself or have a non-dealer do it. Again, the problem is having someone program these. Of course, they do make ones where you can self-program, but as stated earlier, a lot of times when getting new tires, you have to use the dealer's choice or tire replacement shops, their overpriced TPMSs. So if you can, mention in the comments your thoughts on today's TPMS shops. Like specifically, do you think the price to repair one or four of them are reasonable? Please let us all know. I think these TPMSs should be easier to replace, and a new standard should be put in place so it's easier and more affordable to have these replaced by regular, non-mechanic people. This is a huge life-saving alert, after all, which is why I believe they are now required in all vehicles. So in my opinion, it should be easy to replace these. What do you think? Anyway, now if just say one of your valve stems broke, like this, you really don't need to get a new TPMS. As stated earlier, if your TPMS is old, then maybe it would make sense to replace the whole piece. But if it's not that old, insist on just replacing this broken valve stem for a new valve stem. By just replacing the valve stem, you don't have to get any programming and can use your existing TPMS, which means a regular tire replacement shop can do this as opposed to a more costly dealer or repair shop. Now, one tricky thing with just replacing the valve stem as opposed to replacing the entire TPMS is knowing what valve stem you have. For example, this one broke, and when I did a search online, I wound up getting these two different valve stems. They may look alike, but are quite different. The one I actually needed was the original valve stem. That was the factory from the OEM. If you can't see what TPMS you have originally, then you don't know what kind of valve stem you need. Again, which is why I think a new standard should be proposed on the TPMS, being more accessible for the average person. Now, it's really easy to replace just the valve stem, whether it be rubber or aluminum. Now, a lot of the valve stems are different between the manufacturers, but it's pretty similar for the most part. However, you might need some special equipment. And when I mean special, it's not that special. It's just a mini smartphone repair toolkit. I'll put this kit that I used in the description below, but a lot of repair shops, of course, they don't have these mini smartphone repair toolkits. This one, the bit I need is a T7, and when I went to one, they couldn't replace it because they didn't have this. Oh, but I bet they can program a new one for you, and you'll pay a lot more for this. Anyway, it's rather easy to replace just this. You just need, like I said, a repair kit, and there's a screw on this unit right here that you unscrew and remove. And then you'll essentially just pull the valve stem out, and there might be some like lock washers or nuts on there, or even a rubber grommet you have to also pull off. And once it's off, you just reverse and put the new valve stem, the good unbroken valve stem, in as a replacement. Anyway, I'll put this repair kit used in the description below, and if you want to see how this TPMS looks like as I tear this down, or see the battery, or see how I replace this, or see how I replace this broken valve stem with a new valve stem, then you can watch either of those cool videos as well. I'll put them all in the description below. So I'll wrap up here so you can check out one or all of these videos to hopefully help you. Please like and subscribe and let me know your thoughts on this video, or if you have any ideas for, like, I guess the new standard, these tire pressure monitoring systems. Thanks for watching, and remember to always try to help others out and fix car yourself. Bye!